Hey, episode 9 of Club Talk. How about that? How about made it to 9 fucking episodes? I'm Creed, sexy motherfucker Recon, joined by who's this sitting next to me right here? This guy wearing a retarded ass green cap.
Your boy, Day Savage.
Right. Who we got over here? Whoa, the name switched.
Yo, you got the president of Road Rockers MC. What's up, guys?
It's Wolf. Okay.
Yep.
And
the Secretary of Road Rockers.
Mr. Cobra. Mr. Cobra Secretary. We're joined again by who we had on last episode, our special needs founder, Striker MC Prez.
That's a good title right there, man. I like that.
So let's strike. Sorry, no, so we got started striking MC.
Special needs.
What's that? Wait, what's that? What's that?
What was that?
Say it again.
Did you say strike?
I said I'm sergeant on.
So Striker MC Prez is the sergeant at arms.
Your PSN says Striker MC Prez though.
So confused right now.
Are you sure you're not the Prez? You didn't get a concussion?
It says Striker MC Prez right here in the player
Only a fucking retard would
You know
call
what it
himself
was?
that and not actually be the rank.
You know what
right?
it was?
Only someone who was mentally fucking challenged would put their name like that. Right?
Severely handicapped.
He thought he was on Xbox so he could change his name, but he's on Sony, he's on PS4.
You can change your name on fucking Xbox?
On Xbox, yeah, you can pay to change it, but on here you can't. But on there, he must have thought he was on Xbox. That's what it is.
It's fucking crazy.
Do you fanboy of Xbox, Striker MC cunt?
You got a charter on Xbox, guys? You do that?
We don't.
No, we don't.
Fuck
We don't
Xbox.
do that.
For consoles. We don't do that.
I think the only way we'd even think about doing that is if all of us had Xboxes.
I would not think about doing it, even if all of us had Xbox. I would sooner kill myself.
Exactly. We could do a group, like a packed suicide.
Well, you ain't the whole club.
I ain't the whole club. That's correct. Because we are a democracy.
A democracy.
And what Creed says doesn't mean shit anymore.
It doesn't.
My question is, who's
Don't mean a goddamn thing.
Don't mean one fucking shred of anything.
Hell yeah, I'm fucking prime evidence this shit's a fucking democracy.
You okay over there? Are you okay? Are you okay, Striker MC Prez? I mean, my bad, Striker MC Sergeant at Arms.
So what do we call you? We call you Prez, we call you MC, we call you Striker, like Striker.
We just call him Striker.
I'm gonna
Striker.
call you Orange Shoes. Alright, how you like that? Are they orange? What is them? I'm colorblind.
More cream.
Cream?
But man,
Honestly, I think they are closer to orange.
9 episodes, 9 hours of us talking about nothing but the MC community, and we haven't got bored of it yet. How about that? 9 fucking hours.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we're all aware though of everyone saying
awesome or sad. I can't decide yet.
Hey, we ain't gonna let it die. Okay. We the people. Alright. There you go.
Club Talk's been getting some attraction recently. It's been getting some eyes on it. Not a lot, just some.
Some love, a lot of love.
A lot of hate too.
More hate.
Some hate. It's more hate. Hey,
I don't know, because even the people that hate it think it's funny, so it's still love.
I don't even know what we're talking about. I'll be honest.
I mean, they continue to watch the episodes, so I would say that it's still love.
Like they do continue.
You've got viewers? That's amazing.
Like what they're doing. It's
about we have like 7.
It's kind of like somebody like sucking your dick, saying it stank, but they still sucking that dick.
Yeah.
If
you don't like the taste of my green dick, stop sucking it.
You got a green dick? God damn, motherfucker.
Yeah, I got
a white ball.
You like that Luke Cage, eh? You got like them bionic powers and shit. You broke out of prison and now you got a green dick. Is that
what MC is forced to paint their dick green and take a picture of it.
I got a green dick. I got a green dick and white balls, bro.
Damn. I got one white ball and one black ball, so I'm multi. I'm with both worlds.
I got no balls.
It's a disease we all suffer in Striker MC.
Yeah, it's like the curse, like the black spot
It's
you
like
get on your
watching
hand.
it's like watching the 5th season of Lost.
That's, the moment you put the Striker MC patch on your back, your dick turns green and your balls turn white. It's just what happens. I don't know if we have a disease in our cuts or something. I don't know.
I got a better question though. How many
Nelly
seasons of
says,
Lost?
Nelly says, "What's up, Wolf?"
Nelly says, "What's up?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably
He
so
also
that
says
he's
that
not in this
he also
episode.
says that he hates you and he hopes you die.
Yeah, I can believe
said
that.
that.
I can believe
Yeah,
that.
hi Nelly, how you doing?
Yeah. You want
He
to get
said,
Nelly
"Kobe,
in
don't
now,
talk to
fucking
me."
Nelly, right? Yeah. Who's Cobra?
So,
Alright, so we talk about other clubs and shit, right? What's
Well, I mean,
what's
we
the kind
can.
of
I mean,
do
yeah, we
you guys
can,
got
but
like kind of a schedule of kind of the fucking, what do you call that word? The things that you go through?
I mean,
I don't know.
I took a nap before we started this episode, so I just plan on I plan on winging it. But yeah, we usually have a schedule and like set questions that we ask people.
We've only really planned out a couple episodes. We planned out like what the fucking Mongols episode. We planned out a little bit.
Yeah.
Talk about stuff. We never really held a script. It's just like, this is some shit we can talk about with this particular.
Scripts are boring.
But,
you don't want to stick.
yeah,
exactly.
That's what we're trying to. We want to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, we want to keep the conversations raw.
We've been trying to get Rose Offers on the show for a little bit, actually.
After they asked, because anyone that gets on Club Talk asked to get on, except Wild Boys. We kind of forced them into that, but everyone else asked.
We told Wild Boys we'd do a crew battle with them if they fucking did the Club Talk, and then we didn't do it.
No, but that was seeing your thing, because that's a recent thing of you guys, and I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool, because not many people, like, I mean, obviously everyone's going to bring up Dirty Worker, right, and it's in the cut shit, like, no one else knows any other thing that involves MCs and kind of getting to know any MCs or the MC community. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, hell yeah, we'd like to be part of something like that, it's a cool thing.
The idea was really like it's supposed to be like a podcast type thing. It's supposed to be like, you listen to it when you're just doing something. So for the MC guys to listen to if they're interested in it, like.
See, the main thing that motivated me was, we do like these. You always get into these comments or these fights with people on Instagram and shit like that, and you fucking end up talking about what you think 1% is and what they think 1% is, what they think an MC should be, and vice versa. And we're like, why are we doing this here when we could make an episode to do this? Like, instead of just having these dumbass conversations and comments where shit gets lost in translation, might as well just have it right here, face to face, talking it out. Fucking,
People tend to be less of an asshole when you're talking. And still an asshole, but a little bit less.
So this is funny though, because it's funny you bring that up, because this is where it's gonna get juicy. Because I watched your guys' episode on Mongo MC, and I was watching that. I watched it start off to finish because we like to fucking see what's going on. And my God, did I disagree with so much shit? I was like, I don't agree with any of this shit.
Take a shit. I will be back. I'm going to go take a shit.
Could have just said you were going.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't have to let us know you was taking a shit.
I'm going to push feces out of my asshole.
Okay. Thank you. That was very educational for us.
Pineapples. Okay.
But yeah, we so the stuff we disagreed about in the Mongols episode, that was like episode 6. Go check that out. Shameless plug. Episode 6 Mongols, I think. Something like that. 8.
We got a dirty little mention in the end of it. I'd seen Dante mentioning our names.
So I assume the stuff you disagreed with was the 1% kind of stuff conversations.
Yeah, I mean, basically I listen to you guys' opinions and what you guys know, obviously, because you've been around for a while, obviously.
We have kind of 3 different like perspectives here. I've been around like a medium rep. I've been around like 3 to coming on 4 years now, right? In the MC community, Day is a bit new. He's around like a year and a half.
Yep.
And Strike's been around longer than anyone. He's been around like fucking 5 years, just crazy.
Yeah, I've been about 5 years. So.
Yeah, like we got like kind of 3 different time zones.
And that was my point, because the whole thing when I heard you guys speaking about the OG 1%, and then you were just a completely opposite thing to what we go by and what I believe and what I've seen. I in fact had a conversation with I think it was Soul Reefer as well. I put a poll on thing like saying, what do you guys think about 1%? What is your guys' thoughts on the 1% rules and this and that and engagement and all sorts of shit? And basically, he was just like, you know, oh yeah, well, if something's used on you, then I'm going to use it back. And with all that kind of talk on that 1%, where if someone RPGs me, I'm going to RPG them, or if someone snipes me, I'm going to snipe them back, because that's 1%, that's fair game. I was like, well, from how I've always been ARs for like the 5 years for the longest.
Hold on, I'm gonna interrupt you. I'm gonna interrupt you to read a comment that a viewer directed at y'all.
Like, I'm talking bullshit.
He said Road Rockers 99 when they're losing, and he asked if y'all have a 1% patch. It's Yo Daddy on YouTube. I don't know who it is, but that's the comment he left. So I felt just shared it.
Well, fuck him. No
Yo Daddy. His name is Yo Daddy. It ain't Scarlet. Scarlet's name is like Truth Teller or some shit.
No, I thought it was my biological father.
Well, I'll tell you something with us. Well, we only use ARs, okay? We use, obviously, in saying that, that's meaning the point that we don't use RPGs, miniguns, anything that we class as 99, okay? Explosives, anything like that. Obviously, in 1%, we also use, with some clubs disagree, like Banshees, we do use pump shotguns, we use pistols, and we use ARs. SMGs also is okay. But anything that's, you know, not in that, it's we don't even have it in our weapon wheels. You know what I mean?
But this is where the mix happens. The thing you said again, like Banshees, again they consider it they do it different to you. You do it different to Banshees. And other people do it differently. And you call yourselves OG 1%. Banshees call themselves OG 1%. And I think there is different interpretations of OG 1%. I don't think there is one code for people to follow. I don't think there was ever one code. There might have been somebody that did it first, but I think that's almost impossible to track that down.
I think it's more people just doing what they want to do and then calling themselves 1%. I mean, with us, I mean, everyone knows 1% is ARs only, right? Can we agree on that? Like, the basis of it is ARs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you go from that,
if you
some people
consider
are
what do you
restricted
consider
to
1%?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, so I see that there's kind of two 1%. So this is a little bit weird, but I'll see that there's kind of two 1% in the fact that I respect both. So one in which I know you or maybe others will disagree with, because I've been only always doing this. I call it OG 1%, which is ARs only. We do that, which I call that OG 1%. Then there's the other 1% for later when all these vehicles came out. People obviously were like, oh shit, okay, how are you going to use an AR on this? So they used, you know, RPGs obviously to get rid of a heli, tank, jet, whatever. And so they basically say, okay, it's ARs on people, but then when this vehicle comes out, we're going to destroy it with this, so we can get rid of that, and then we'll go back to our ARs. Now,
that's the code that Cyclone C follows. That was the code.
Yeah. See, I respect that because I can understand it, because I get, and obviously I hate you guys. You're gonna stand there using an AR on a tank. Oh, I mean, we do. It's our bike. We only use ARs. We actually do shoot the fuck out of the back of an engine on a tank, and we destroy it with ARs. We've shot down planes, helicopters with ARs.
I've shot down a helicopter with an AR. That shit was pretty dope.
Yeah. So that's
pretty dope.
As well, it's fucking dope, and it's such a great feeling when you stay to that. It's kind of like a pure, like I'm a brand new baby kind of thing. You know, it's like I'm pure kind of. I'm not. And the point of the 1% in that fact though is that you're staying to these weapons, and I'm kind of thinking that you can't pick and choose when to be 1% and when to not be. You know, it's like you can't have both.
But this is where I disagree. This is where I disagree because for me, what 1% was and what I've always seen it as and what people always use it as is just fair play. So yes, originally you start off with ARs, but if someone uses it on you, you can use it back because it's fair gameplay. That's what it is. 99% of people are not finna play the game in a fair way. They're gonna find any way to get an advantage up on you, whether that's flying a jet, RPGing you when you're using AR all the time.
What they're doing though, doesn't that make you what they are?
No, not if you're doing it in response to them using it on you first. That's the same thing as saying, "Oh, I'm a 99er because I shot down a jet." You just said you can't do that.
No, that's what people
we don't use it. We don't use it, but still.
I would say that that's the retaliation method. Which, I mean, especially when like 2-3 years ago, maybe I was in. Again, this is where I see with different experiences. I was in clubs that used that all the time. I was never in a club back then that didn't use a retaliation method.
So do you guys use that method, or is it only on vehicles you blow up?
We only use it on vehicles. We use it on vehicles as soon as the person is out of the vehicle. We use assault rifles and pump shotguns and pistols and stuff like that.
I'll blow your bike up if you ain't on it. We gotta talk about that. That's not in the bylaws, but I'll blow your bike up if you ain't on it.
As an MC, I don't think that it's cool that people RPG people. Like Mongrel MC, like he was talking about, yeah, I'm just gonna spam a load of rockets at this guy because he's fucked me off. Like with me, that's kind of you're just doing the same thing as him. Like,
well, the way I feel the retaliation method, in my opinion, can be 1% to an extent, right? Like, obviously, if a guy snipes you once and you spam him with loads of rockets, obviously that's excessive, and that would be 99ing, right?
Yeah, that's 99.
But if a guy snipes you, you snipe him back, run up, you know, and then assault rifle him, I would say that was kind of 1%. We don't do that, but I would say that was like a 1% kind of.
Yeah, but that is how we did it. That is how we did it for a while. That is how we did it for a while. Like we tried to use our ARs no matter what, and then eventually we got to the point we at now. But we used to like someone snipes us, we'll snipe them back, and then once we get close enough to use an AR, that's what we're using. If someone RPG'd us, we kind of sucked it up.
That's what we used to do. That's what we used to do.
That's what we used to do. I said we did. That's what we did. We did not do.
That's what we did. Yeah. But I get that though, because like there's times where I'm like, there's someone so far away and I'm using like a heavy revolver or fucking AR and I'm just like, I can't get this guy, he's too far. So I can see why people want to do that shit. I mean, back in the day when Agents of Death, I know there's a copycat. Okay, there's a whole different thing that we're gonna debate. And I know a lot of people hate against copycat clubs, and I understand all of that shit. I was in Agents of Death when they first started. I think this is years and years back, and when I joined them, they was I think they were using the marksman rifle, the marksman sniper thing, and it was ARs, and that is when I was kind of brought in. It was like that. This is what 1% is, and eventually I think I mean now I've seen them. I think they're pretty free and they just do whatever the fuck they want now. I've seen them in helis doing missions and shit. But back when I was with them, that's all they kind of used. And with us. Yeah, we don't use that because I class it as a 99 weapon, so we don't want to essentially have them weapons with us. Do you know what I mean? But I respect that. I'm not gonna go off like with you guys. I got respect for people blowing up. Like if there's a jet coming after you, and you RPG that, like I'm gonna respect that.
I think the only way. I don't think anyone should really throw around the term OG 1%, because it seems like to me everyone that does it has no idea where 1% came from or what it started as. Just what you seen from the people you were around or heard from the people that were around back then. That's what everyone knows.
If you cycle back to, I talked with Felix about this on Instagram a little bit. If you go back to, like you said, like back in the day, everyone used to do this. But you can't know that, right? So maybe the club that you were in and the clubs you were friends with did it that way. But you didn't know every club at the time. You didn't know every friend in the club at the time. They could have started the exact same time, said, "Oh, we're 1%. We're gonna do it this way." You just don't know. There's too many clubs.
I'll be honest with you. The amount of times I've heard people say that, "Oh yeah, when it was decided there was a meeting with Black Wasp and this and that," and I was never at that supposed meeting. Okay, like everyone goes around saying this is when the 1% was made. It was by Black Wasp and this and this. And they made
I heard a totally different story. I heard it was from warlocks and war chiefs and all those people. Guys that ain't even like around anymore. So
there's so many different stories in that you don't really know what is, because none of us, or well, from what I assume, were then. I do go back like maybe 5 years, and like I said, in terms of OG, I think it's you calling yourself an OG because you've gone back in the community so long. And because I've been in the community for such a long time and I've always used ARs, and the people in clubs that I've been in have only used ARs, that's why I kind of stick to that, and I don't kind of go across to anything else, like retaliation methods or, just anything else. You know what I mean?
Well, which is respectable. The reason, like, this really ties into the thing. Like, we say, okay, Striker MC always says, right, they don't care about the shooting aspect more than MC kind of thing. Right? We always say that. So
that ain't never gonna happen, Dad.
Vehicles, is it just to win, right? It's not the point where we blow armored vehicles and stuff like that. The point isn't to win, right? The point is these armored vehicles and stuff, they're gonna stop us from riding our bikes.
Stop the
doing all
threat
this
from
kind of
killing
stuff.
you, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
you're
well,
getting
it's
rid
more
of
of
that
a,
threat.
it's more of a, this, like, we.
I mean, he could very well whoop our ass when he gets on the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
The threat of him being in the air is way more than him being on the ground. I don't give a fuck about him winning. I don't give a fuck about me losing. I just don't want him blowing me up from the sky or in an armored vehicle. If he wants to blow me up from the ground, he's gonna catch the AR to the face. But I don't give like if he's doing it in those vehicles and shit, I'm not gonna waste my time.
Don't do rides in public sessions anymore because they're, you know, they're more likely to get fucked up.
Well,
right?
now they've got orbital cannons and just crazy shit, and I think we've all been.
But that's why we love doing that kind of stuff. We like showing, you know, getting our numbers on and doing big rides, just chilling out.
But it's nice as well
because
because with that point that you're saying with us, we actually. I mean, it's not a set thing, but so we don't do church in public sessions because, you know, it's just.
Oh yeah, we don't do church in public sessions.
No, we did one in a public session before. We've done two.
We've done it before.
We've done it in East LS, and I did it in Paleto Bay the other day.
You know,
so we've done it.
So it's the same kind of thing with that. But I mean, most of these guys that you're talking about, these threats that you're eliminating, though, I think the one thing that we can mostly always agree on is that when these guys are not in these vehicles running you over with their insurgent or in their jet, like, they are literally so fucking ass on the ground that they just get destroyed. You know what I mean? And so it's, I don't blame you for getting them out of that shit. You know, like that's why I don't.
I mean, I would be, if I was to use an RPG on a guy that was on the ground, I'd be worse with a fucking RPG than I am with a assault rifle anyway. You know, even if I was allowed to use that kind of stuff, I'd be worse.
But my point with that is that if people doing that, you know, spamming RPG, then in my opinion, you're no better than the person who's doing that. You know, because then you're being like them, rather than you're sticking to your ground on that you are, you know, on the way you fight. Because a lot of people play dirty, don't they? And
I can agree to an extent of, say, if the guy snipes you and you jump on a fucking insurgent and then do all that kind of stuff, I would say, yeah, that's 1990. I would say yes, when you go that far, that's 1990.
You know what's more understandable? You know how we're talking about, basically, if someone acts like this, and in terms of 1%, then we're going to do this like retaliation method. A more kind of easier subject to talk about in terms of retaliation in the same way is the way you kind of play in kind of dirty methods and stuff. So say someone blind fires you. If the people blind fire us, we're going to blind fire them. That is dirty play.
Hold on.
I mean?
Yeah,
I'm a really garbage ass way of playing.
A lot of people get confused with that scummy and 99.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring up some stuff.
Scummy stuff is corner shooting. You know, fucking, you know, like scummy.
Yeah. Hold on. So we getting away from we trying to go into our scummy shit. So I want to make sure I go back to what this guy said in the comments, because this guy on here, he's leaving paragraphs. So what he said was, and I've heard this before, is that 1% originally started off with just TDM clubs. You know, this is rules that people followed in TDMs, right? So then.
I mean, but how can you know that? I mean, that's the thing. It comes down to the thing of how does this dude know that?
Yeah, you know what,
I mean, that's what I've heard that a lot, though. I have heard that.
There's different rules though in TDMs to open lobbies, though. There's different rules. You know, like in a TDM, from what I know of from back then, is that in TDMs it's run and gun. Okay, back then we didn't even aim much. It was run and gun. Okay, you're shooting, you're running and gunning. Obviously people now as well aim. Like that's how you play, isn't it? You're aiming and you shoot it, but you don't blind fire. You don't play like, well, quotations a bitch. So in TDMs you don't really blind fire. You're running and gunning and you're killing each other. It's
anybody
kind of a nice way of playing with each other, you know. But in an open lobby fight, it's kind of all hards bars, you know, gone. You know, you can blind fire, use your environment to your advantage. You know, corner shoot. All that kind of shit, you know, it's different play types, you know, rules and shit.
Yeah, everybody plays differently, but I think the main thing is it fair? I think that's the main thing with 1%, and they really...
Like, we had a conversation, and I got convinced, you know, BST, in my opinion, now is 99ing. BST gives you an unfair advantage. It gives you an unfair thing. It's not, because it crosses that threshold from being scummy to 99ing, so BST is definitely 99ing.
No, it's 99.
Yeah, definitely. And,
if we pick it up,
corner shooting's not body armor. Now the way I use body armor is I won't spam body armor while I'm doing something. But if I go into a session and I'm in, like, say if I'm just chilling out by myself, I'll put on some body armor just for the initial attack. If I get attacked and that body armor's gone, I don't put on another one.
I think everyone uses body armor, but we just don't have it. We have it hidden, like, you know what I mean?
I don't use body armor like at all. I just figured out how to put body armor on the other day when Creed showed me how to do it, to do a role play that we were doing, pretending to be cops. So I had no idea.
Like, go around with visible armor, like he doesn't look like you know, MC in my opinion. Like,
but like again with the if say if you keep putting body armor on every time you get killed, I would say it was scummy.
Yeah. If you're like it's like snacking, you're refilling your health, like that's.
But I don't think I'd go so far to say 99.
I think a lot of people.
No, it's not 99. It's more of a scummy thing.
I think people put the label 99 on weird shit. There's certain things I wouldn't call 99 that others would, and I think a prime example is that. I mean, this guy said in it.
Someone on your fucking bike.
Wait. That's what I was just finna get to. That's what I was just finna get to. That's what I was just finna get to. Hold on. I was just finna get to that. Because this guy said, so this guy said 1% is a joke. And I kind of agree with him. I really do. But I like playing 1%, so I'm not finna stop playing it. But it is a joke because everyone has their own alterations to what they think 1% is and the way that they play it. And you know, when I start off, I want to say it's fair gameplay because that leaves it more open. But then again, it gives it even more of time for people to alter it. Be like, oh, you know, I think this is fair. Or I think that's fair. And then as Creed just said, you have people like Lords that blow people up for riding their bikes, and their justification for that is that it's not fair to ride your bike at someone.
I would see, and that's what it is. Like, if you have to be sensible with the fair play way of doing it. So a lot of clubs use like, okay, 1% means fair play, and these clubs abuse that. And I would say that mentioning Reaper Lords again, I would say that fucking Reaper Lords abuse that fair play aspect.
Okay, so that's what that's about in terms of people or them RPGing people on bikes. That's because of their fair play kind of thing, where I'm not on a bike and you are. So
and they're open about it. I'm pretty sure it's in their bylaws. They even said it.
I would say that's 99. How are you gonna blow up a biker for being on his bike? That's 99.
But you're an MC, so you're gonna be on a bike. Why don't they just get their bike?
You ride a motorcycle.
You know what I mean?
Like, that's the most biker thing. In my opinion, that's the most biker kill you can get. Is on your fucking bike shooting somebody. That's the most like.
And it's so
okay, but look at it like this. What if? Okay,
it's not fucking hard.
But by that same logic, could you shoot down a guy for being in a jet if he's in a jet crew? You see what I'm saying? Like, by that same logic.
I wouldn't get mad if someone's in a jet crew. You know, I wouldn't be like. I
mean, but you gonna send that. But you were gonna send that rocket up and shoot his ass out the sky. Don't tell me you're not gonna do that. So that's the thing. It's like,
you know, with us, there's so many 99s in the game.
But then again, a motorcycle doesn't have a fucking gun on it, or you know,
and you can't
blow up when it hits the ground.
You cannot shoot a guy out of a jet with assault. I mean, I'm sure it's been done in trick shots and stuff, but you can't normally shoot a guy out of a fucking jet with an assault rifle. Right, so
I've seen a guy get revolvered out of jet.
Yeah, I mean, it's been done, it's been trick shots, yeah, obviously, but it's not like an average thing where it's easy to do. With a bike, you can get. That's
the point of 1% as well. It's not meant to be easy, though. That is what 1% is. It's not meant to be easy, so that's why I don't like. That's what being in my eyes, people hate it, saying you can't say you're a true 1% or OG 1%.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say you can hate me, but in my opinion, 1% isn't meant to be easy. Okay, if you're saying you're 1%, it's meant to be a challenge. You know, it's not meant to be easy. This guy's in.
You're right. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
but then again, the challenge is fighting each other free aims with ARs. If someone shoots you with a rocket, it's not much of a challenge. You know what I'm saying? It's just them shooting you with a rocket. Like, it's just what it is.
It's boring.
You know what I'm saying? It's boring. Like, the moment someone shoots me with an RPG, I fight 1%. Like, I fight, you know, our version of the way we want to play the game. That's what we do. You know, someone shoots us with an RPG, I'm not finna RPG their ass back. But I can guarantee you, if they hit me with enough rockets, whether I'm winning or losing, I'm leaving the lobby. I'm not, because it's boring. It's boring.
For us, we're gonna disagree.
Oh, somebody just asked me if a rebreather was 99. I totally think a rebreather is 99 because it still eats bullets. You shoot someone directly in the mouth and their rebreather, it's gonna eat a bullet.
I guess it would be like, it's the same as a bulletproof helmet. It's a little bit less effective than a bulletproof helmet, but I would say that because you're intentionally trying to eat bullets by wearing that kind of stuff.
But it doesn't eat bullets though.
Yeah, but you're trying.
we've tested like every single thing in this
But
game.
just,
The
yeah,
only thing that eats
Did you guys?
But just like,
Yeah. Did you test it by him standing right in front of you and you shot him in the
like,
face while he was standing still?
moving combat. In moving combat, we've tested everything. You know, the only things that eat from when we've tested things is the helmets. It goes up to 1 bullet or up to I think it's 5
Yeah,
or 6.
the biker helmet eats 1 bullet. The
that is it.
fucking
Like my cowboy hat, that does not eat. A rebreather does not eat. A bandana does not eat. Okay,
I would be very, I would be very like.
it's
We
gay.
don't allow rebreathers
Well,
in our
if it
club.
don't
We
eat,
don't
it's
allow
still
rebreathers
gay.
in our club.
You're some fags for
But
wearing
why
it.
the
I mean,
fuck?
so
why
with
the fuck
Sub-Zero
rebreathers,
wannabe
we don't
motherfuckers.
allow that.
Yeah, exactly. But why do these people go around wearing them and go? You know what? Why? If you're going to go into a TV
I
and
don't
switch
think
to
your
try and have
rebreather's
that around
99. I just think you look like a scummy
tryhard.
tryhard fish. Like you
Yeah,
don't look
we're
like a
not
biker. You look like a tryhard. And this new age, fucking these clubs with these guys that are TDM players. This guy was talking about TDM crews. Bikers are now, they're just fucking TDM players with patches on. They're not bikers. They don't look like bikers.
There are very few
you
MCs
guys,
that I
we
consider
look
still
like
MCs.
bikers. Okay, in our actual bylaws, we have a dress code thing, which is we don't. In that thing, it says no
Joggers.
helmets, no joggers, no fucking rebreathers. You know, we say none of that trash because
Yeah, exactly.
our
Same
image
with
is
us.
we're repping as old school bikers. Now and again, you might see because of this new age shit, we're implementing this new DLC, the nightclub shit. Obviously, the OGs who had the modded accounts with the vests and shit with the patches on, or I think it's a glitch as well. People did all different ways to get this shit, and now there's a glitch now that you can get that. A few of us have that. Like I don't mind that because that's kind of a lot of people who were back then. Like I swear down, every fucking guy had that vest with the patch on. Like that was a big
With
thing
what, the
back
suit
then.
vest?
Yeah, the suit vest. Like everyone had that back then.
You
Like,
don't look
I'm not a
like
fan
a
of that.
tryhard.
Not. I remember that being around back
with the
then.
glitchy
and-
sleeves and all that shit, that kind of look gay. I have one with it's no sleeves. It's just the vest.
But we got cuts now, though. Like it's like.
Yeah,
you know.
we do. I think it's more just people's styles. You know what I mean? It's people who want to be individual. They want to stand out. I think.
That's
I
what
mean,
we
with
wanna
us right
do,
now,
yeah.
we're in the same thing. Like with ride events or anything. This right here, what we're wearing is our first line outfit. Okay, we also have another cut that you're wearing, Creed. The one that's a little bit dirty like that, that's our life cut. The one that's clean is a full patch cut. And we have this kind of this thing when we go onto Rise and stuff. So kind of but it's not an all-time thing.
We have something similar. We have Note 6 outfits, Notorious 6, where where it's like the 6 members in our club can wear a certain cut. Let me find my fucking outfit. Go through this.
You
Where
got a
is this
first
now?
6 then, not the first 9.
We got a Notorious 6 because we couldn't do first 6 because Striker MC's been around a really long time, right? And we all kind of came into the crew about a year and a half ago. Striker was a one-man club for a fucking ridiculous amount of time. So what we said was we were the members that kind of rebirthed the club. So to speak.
So we did the same thing with us because we did the same thing. We actually have, I believe I learned this from fucking Dirty Workers in the Cop thing, and he was speaking to some club, and they were like, "These are our honorary first 9." I was like, honorary, okay. And so with our club, we've been going through a lot of ups and downs with members. Obviously, every club knows about the struggle of fucking finding true people in your club. You know, there's a lot of crew hoppers and cancerous people in the community.
Oh yeah.
So we actually rebranded our club because I wasn't the founding president of our club.
Right.
I was appointed the president in fucking. When was I appointed Pres, Cobra?
About October, August.
October. So we've been around for like nearly a year now, and so we kind of
this month really.
this month is our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah.
That's dope. You doing an event?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna do an
yeah.
event. Yeah, we're trying to still think about how we wanted to do it because you know, I mean, as you know about us, we keep ourselves pretty tight into ourselves. I mean, I know we asked to come on this, but it took a while to get on here, right? We're very busy. We're very we're really occupied on sorting ourselves and you know, we're about that whole thing with quality over quantity. You know, just like yourselves,
Get
like
more organised.
you know.
Yeah. Going back to that finding good members thing, there's a reference where you know I always say that the MC is like a big pile of the MC community is like a big pile of like dirt and shit.
It's
And you
just
kind of have to
recycled
be like
fucking people on different accounts, isn't it?
yeah,
It's
and
just
you
the same
have to
answer as
be like the gold diggers. You know when those gold diggers get those pans and
Yeah,
they have to find those little specks of gold and the little things. And I think that's also what the MC community is like. You have to cycle, you have to get through all the shit and mark and find the little tiny specks of gold, and then you can kind of build in off these little specks of gold and keep building and building. And
I think the key to it is finding people you actually. It's not finding these randoms, because most of them, like we both say, they're just recycled fucking cancerous people on different accounts. Same people are still here. Okay, I'm not going to name names, but we all know it. With a lot of the guys in our club, we all know fucking where we live. We know our names. We know fucking what we look like.
Each other's families, that kind of stuff.
You know what I mean? So
like,
with a lot of the guys, I go back like 5 years with Cobra here. He knows me we know each other for like 5 years. Some crazy shit.
It's all about building up that actual brotherhood that you can actually do on the game.
Yeah,
it's crazy that people can do that.
And
people don't really get it. And people who say they don't get it obviously aren't in an MC that you can really feel that. If you can feel the brotherhood. If you're in a good MC, you can feel that.
Yeah.
You know that the guy next to you isn't going to go jump off to another crew next week.
I mean, one thing I'll tell you, which is a great thing, our guy Beast, I go way back with this guy, so he's our sergeant. This guy, literally, I don't need to ask this guy, yo, can you watch my back 1 minute? I just don't need to do this, I need to do that. Every time I look behind, this guy is at my back, watching me, any time. And that's what it's about. You know what I mean? Like when you know that people, are truly there and they give a damn. It's about giving a damn about each other. That's what it's about. It is. Yeah.
I mean, it comes down to it. That's all. Like, if your MC doesn't have that, and I think that's the number one thing in your MC, even if you're not a 1% club, if you have that brotherhood, right, and you have that, fantastic. As you can build a good MC off of that.
It's just respect, isn't it? That's the key to it. I think is just respect for each other. And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people just treat each other and everyone else who's not them like utter trash. And that's what gives.
People cross the line too much as well, especially online where people think, oh, it's just a game. I can fucking take pictures of this guy's real life family and put them on Instagram, and it's like, you can't do that. That's so fucking scummy. You can't give people's addresses out and all that kind of shit.
Your last episode with Mongrel MC, I watched that. The guy in there, Dante, the president. I go way back with this guy. He was in my club. I'm not gonna say deep because people are gonna go crazy and shit. He was in a club with me, and it didn't work out with the guy. I'm not gonna get into all that stuff and put him on blast and shit. But it's the point of where am I going with this shit? I don't even know myself. It's the point I'm making is that with these people, it's like you need to know these people, because a lot of the guys you just can't trust them, and that's the whole point about it. Is you really got to know these people, and
you can't just let them in.
The whole point with, because if you don't know, like people like you said, they take it to social media and Instagram and all this stuff, and it's like, well, why is the need for that? Why do you have people like that in your club? And he brought up, this is what it was, it's come back to me. He brought up saying, oh, we just got someone in and we gave him full patch. The guy Ray's. So I go back with Ray's maybe 5-6 years. Okay, he was in my club back in the day. And I know this guy. And this guy, he fucking jumps on the bandwagon and shit with the pictures, he's fucking posting pictures of me and shit. I don't really care. I put pictures of myself on my thing. I don't really give a fuck. That's just childish shit. He's done that. I don't really care with God, and I go back with him, and he did come into our club. We had a vote on it with the hierarchy. I said, what, we know him. How do you guys feel about this if he just rejoined us? Beast, he was in my old club back in the day. If you see on Beast's thing, he says Venom 4. Cobra, he was in that club as well. So a lot of these guys go way back,
Not really, Wolf.
Well, yeah, you fucking got a story with that as well. But I don't know, fucking people just get crazy on that shit, But at the end of the day, they don't know reasons why you do what you and shit in your club,
I mean, it comes down to people, take this shit too seriously. I mean, look, I think everyone in the MC community can't lie. We all take the game a bit too seriously. I think we all do, right?
Oh,
we'll take You know, everyone who does this shit, of course we do. Everyone does. We're in virtual motorcycle clubs. That's why we're here.
Yeah, like we're saying we're 1% bikers, like.
Yeah, you know, we take the game a bit too seriously. If you say you don't, you're in denial. That's what you are, right?
Well, it's a great thing though. A lot of the guys actually ride though. All VP rides. You know, I've fucking ridden. Fucking Ike Sergeant, he fucking rides as well. So when people say, "Oh, you guys actually you don't ride, you don't do nothing, this and that," it's like, well, actually, you don't know us, so shut your fucking mouth.
You can't judge people. I think I try not to, especially on here. I try not to, you know, make judgments of people I haven't met yet. I try not to do this kind of stuff, because it's easy to do that. It's very easy to talk shit and
I hate that bandwagon shit, you know, when people don't know the stories of shit and you just bandwagon on someone and on something. It's like, was you there? Do you know the story? Like, you don't know this person, you don't know the situation. Stop thinking you're like God and you're all high and mighty, fucking slating someone and spreading bullshit when you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Exactly. And
that's one thing with me. Is there's so many cancerous people. I've been called fucking everything in this community. Just because someone says you're a fucking unicorn, don't mean you're a unicorn, okay? If I say that Day, he's an Apache helicopter, it don't mean that that's a fact. You know what I mean? Exactly. That's not on his birth fucking thing. Oh, he's an Apache helicopter. I heard it from my next door neighbor's cousin's aunt's uncle's dog. That's a fact.
Yeah, right.
Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, what?
But I think people need to know that. Look, and you know you've expressed that you're very respectful with opinions as well. People need to know, and we've covered this before, but opinions are opinions. Everybody has a fucking opinion.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And opinions aren't facts. We're not saying, look, this is fucking fact. We're just saying, in our opinion, this is this is that. You know, this is how we see things. This is how you see things. Everything like that.
And that's how the world is made great,
people
you know?
Get so fucking mad, though. People get so fucking angry and go, this guy said fucking this. It's like, dude, that's the way I think about it. Like, chill the fuck out.
And what?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know what a great one they do?
People get so... I think when people share their opinions, you give out a title. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's where the issue comes in, because you give out a title based on your opinion, and then the people that listen to you take that title as a fact. So then that title gets carried around of that person or that group or whatever, that entity, and then that becomes their part of their image because you gave them that title based on your opinion. And I think a lot of people lose that dialect in there. Okay, they have this title because of his opinion. I see this as them being this type of person or this type of player or whatever because of my beliefs.
Yeah. And then you get labeled as well, and it's like, well, one thing I'll tell you guys that you might like though is this is the thing, because I hate, like I've said, repeat myself a million times now, I hate bandwagon stuff and I hate yes men. In my club, there's not one yes person. Just because I say something and I'm the prez, that does not mean that I want Cobra to say yes. I'm gonna say yes because that's what you think. No, and I'll tell you something great.
Exactly. We encourage people to disagree, and we go, yo, if like we want people to bring up the different side of the story. Like almost everything we talk about as a club, we have a debate. There's going to be two sides to the story. There's going to be this, and then the club's going to decide, and everyone's going to accept it because it's what the club wants. Majority rule. And then the club votes it, and whatever the club does, everyone's cool with it.
Right? And that's one amazing thing is that
no one leaves the club because the vote didn't go their way or something like that.
Did you change clothes?
People understand what it's about. I did. I was showing them Note 6 outfit.
I know. But yo, Creed, my fucking guy in my club, my VP 66, right? This guy this is a crazy story. This guy's my VP because this con disagrees with everything I say, and he challenges things, and he. You know, and I'm like, I want you as my VP because you're not a yes person. You're not just, and you know, and it's looking at it from something from a different perspective, and I'm like, that is who I want as my VP.
I think that's how VP should work as well.
Really cool,
I think that's what makes a good VP and the Prez, right? When the Prez and the VP, I have this with Toretto. Right now, Toretto is the president of East LS. We have this kind of combination where we disagree on like fucking everything, right? We disagree on almost everything.
And you explain why, right? And then you get into it.
So it gives the table like two choices. Like it's like, okay, we have this way or that way, and we can kind of talk about that and have these different opinions. And no one's gonna be like, oh, well, we should side with this guy because of that. They're just gonna go, okay, that makes sense. This guy makes sense. And everyone's gonna give that honest opinion about stuff. I think that's if everyone votes yes in your club, and everyone obviously you're gonna have stuff you agree about, some stuff's gonna be unanimous and stuff like that. But if if everyone in your club's like a yes man, like you said, and all that, there's no point in having a vote.
There's no point
in doing,
to it.
Yeah, there's no point in doing any of it.
Because that's what I hate, sheep. I really do hate that. And but
Exactly.
the thing is, what people have to understand though, and it's a true thing though, there is people who are meant to lead, and there's people who are meant to follow. There is sheep, and then there's people who are leaders, and that's okay.
Some people just aren't cut out to be leaders. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's just how it is. But the thing is that everyone should have they all have the right to express themselves, like you say, Day, and people. You can't get butthurt and just go off on a rage quit because you don't like what someone said, like you know, and it's just it's just like that, you know.
I mean, yeah, we come into like MCs and politics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where it comes to what makes an MC an MC, we talked about this a lot last episode. Would you say that you guys ride more than you shoot? Would you guys say that you prioritize motorcycle clubs?
So I'll be honest with you on this. We do make money and we do shoot more than we ride, and that's pretty sad seeing as we're an MC. But I'm being honest with you, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Right. Okay.
With Nully, I don't know what it is with Nully. Like, we ride and this guy is like 50 miles behind you. He's saying his controller's fucked. So this guy can't stay next to you, okay? He hates riding. It's really weird that he's in an MC and he says, every time I go,
riding.
okay, let's do some riding. I hate riding. I'm like, you're in our fucking MC. What do you mean you hate
You're
riding?
in a motorcycle club.
You're in a motorcycle club. What do you mean, Nully? Like, come on, man. But we love riding, you know, we really do. I just think with we need to go in more with it, and the thing is though, don't get this misread, is that we would if we had so with us, we got people from all over the world in our club. Okay, we got people from Singapore, we got people from fucking Dubai, we got everywhere. Okay, everywhere. So people ain't always on. We don't always have like 11 people on all the time. Okay, it's not like that. If it was, then we would be doing riding a lot more. So we kind of just go with it with day, you know. It just depends how the day goes, how many numbers we got on. But we have a scheduled activity list. Okay, so some people, not all people like riding, not all people like shooting, not all people like making money. So it's like, if you like riding, it's like, oh, you know that this is the day we're going to be doing formation training. You know, if you love making money, okay, this is going to be the day that we're going to just bang out fucking heists. Okay, this is the day we're going to be doing some shooting and fucking up randoms or fucking whatever it is. You know, so we kind of got a system going on with that, you know, where we do a bit of everything at least.
Yeah, I think we, the way we do it is we always try to prioritize motorcycles, right? And a lot of people on Instagram, I think we're very public with this, with the shooting thing. It's like, if we get bored, we're going. We're leaving. We're gonna stay in the session. We don't really hold any pride. We have guys in our club that like shooting. Absolutely, don't get me wrong. I think every club has guys that like shooting. We have even guys that really would go into it and try. Like myself, I used to be fucking you know, shooting all the time. I still do like shooting.
Creed can tell you. I used to be a complete and total tryhard. Like when I first started out, that's all I gave a fuck about. You couldn't get me on to do no ride. I wasn't finna do it. I was gonna shoot. The moment you were fighting, I was the guy that was like, "Let's go get it." You know what I'm saying? Like if you go back later on my YouTube, you could look and it's just all patch picks, knives, shooting. Like that's like you can literally you could see the moment that I changed my whole view on the MC community on GTA, as well as once I got more educated in the real life MC world. I was like, okay, this shit's dumb. Like what are we representing? Because it's not an MC. I know what an MC is. I've seen it. That's not what they do. It's crazy. So I was like, okay, you know, what am I doing wrong on the game? What am I doing that makes me look less like an MC and more like what I was looking like?
You know, that kind of shit. You know, I mean, I've got a guy who's in the Hillbillies MC. He's in Hillbillies MCC. That's a support club for the Blue Angels in Scotland. My friend's in that. He's a prospect for Hillbillies MCC. That's a support club, and they do a lot of, you know, it's a lot of just fucking riding, having a good time, and doing fucking charity events and shit, you know. And on GTA, obviously,
I don't support shit in real life.
It's not the same shit, you know, like.
Here's an interesting quick subject real quick. What do you think of clubs that put rats into other clubs? In Cyclone C, we really dislike this kind of thing. We really hate that mentality of
a good majority of us. Some of us are open to it, but a good majority of us don't fuck with the rat shit. Enough of us for us not to be putting a rat into people's club.
I can see why people do it though. I can see why they do it. But it's fucking a scummy thing to do, you know. Like a lot of the things.
But to me, it's like. To me, it's like even with the reason, because I get why people do it, I do, but what would be the, because to me it's like, what is the reasoning behind it? What could you possibly gain from it? I mean, you can't gain much unless
we put all our stuff
well, I guess
there, but there are some MCs out there that don't put their stuff out there.
Yeah. With us, we keep ourselves to ourselves. Like we've had people in our clubs like that who've tried to infiltrate us. They've not succeeded, okay, but they got away and they're like, oh yeah, we know everything about your club, and I'm like, okay, tell me what you know about our club, and then they send me back our what is it, our bylaws and our code of conduct and this shit. I'm like, we send that to the prospect. That's like not hidden. I can go and put that and send it to.
Yeah. That's why. See, that's why I don't understand the whole red thing, because we're really
the website.
We are really public.
We have like our bylaws, all our systems, all how we vote and everything, all our vote systems, everything. We have this website, and this website's on Instagram for people to look at. Because I'm a very firm believer in how can a person sign up for your club if they don't know what they're signing up for. So I've met actual some clubs like this that do not tell the prospects and stuff the bylaws until they become a patch member, which is ridiculous to me.
Yeah, that's stupid. They need to know the bylaws. You know, that's fucking stupid.
You're signing up for something you don't know what it is.
I will be honest with you though, okay, because I might be contradicting myself here. I agree with that.
Definitely.
It's stupid not to send them that. We don't send our sports and prospects our KOS list. Now that might sound a bit silly because you're like, well, they don't know who to shoot. But our club for the nearly year we've been here, if you're an MC, we will not shoot you first. We never have and never will shoot an MC first because we respect MCs. If you're random, we don't give a fuck about you. We're gonna shoot you. You know what I mean? Just because you gotta have your fun. You know, you gotta, you know. But with MCs, we don't shoot first.
We have a lot of. I mean, with the MC community, you make a lot of connections. So we have a lot of people that we're friendly with inside and outside of the MC community. Whether it's like one member being a friend of them, or whether it's like the whole club just knows this club and is cool with them, or whatever. We have some type of relation with them. What we always say is, because we find it easier, don't shoot an MC unless they shoot you, because that's easier for us. Not because we don't want to fight. We don't want to shoot MCs, but that's what we try to do because it works. It works, because then you don't end up in those situations.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, you do your little sign up, do you? So like they go on the say like someone wants to join you, and you go click a link to sign up.
No, we don't do that. No, we don't do that. We just, because we give like we have like a recruitment speech. Like we'll get them in a party.
Yeah, we have a speech.
We get them in a party. We'll talk to them. We don't really waste our time making the whole fucking sign up thing, because even if we did it, I doubt any of us would read it. So,
I think in the future, if we get bigger, it's definitely gonna have to be to a point where we're gonna have to do that.
I thought about it recently.
To a point where members, it's gonna be.
It makes it a lot easier. You know,
the speeches, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's what I want.
It is a lot of work giving a speech, and it can be fucking annoying sometimes when you give a guy a speech and then like
it is also necessary though. This is where I agree with Day though, because we've got guys and a guy, one of the guys who goes back with me like 5 years. This guy, he was out the MC community for a long time. He wasn't really in that. We brought him back. We had him in, and he prospected though for a little bit. We got him in. And he didn't even read our fucking bylaws, and we were because he was just fucking around, and he was killing. I think he killed our sergeant. Beast went off on one. I was like, "Did you even read our bylaws?" He was like, "Nah, I ain't got time for that." Bro, you gotta come on now, man. What the fuck?
He ain't got time. I'd have been like, "I ain't got time for that either."
He ain't got time for that. So with Creed. So it's. I prefer to just get him in a party. Am I standing up? I prefer to get him in a party and shit, and then in a game. Yeah. Fucking get them all sorted out. This is what you're gonna wear while you're a sport prospect, okay? Get rid of all your fucking 99 weapons. I don't want to see that, okay? And I'll read him everything, like I'll tell him. Because if you've been told, what's your excuse? Oh, I didn't read it, or I didn't get sent it.
You got told. You knew what it was.
You can't go around that. Like you knew the thing when you joined us, like But
yeah, and that's what we do. We do a speech, and It keeps all our guys really busy, especially recruiting a
I
lot.
want you guys' opinion on looking legit. Right. I've been thinking.
Well, what's your thing of looking legit?
Well, like look at us. Like.
He means like like mashing shit, like like fucking.
You want my honest opinion on it?
Close.
You guys are faggots.
You don't like it.
You guys are faggots.
Yeah.
You guys are gay as fuck. I'm sorry. It's gay as fuck. I would never. We've always been set up on. We've
Shut
always.
up and let Creed talk.
The reason, no, fuck Creed. I was talking first. Fuck Creed. But the reason, me and Creed do this all the time. But the reason we don't do it is because we like to have our own fucking.
Individuality, innit?
Yeah, we like that. Like we're not the type to be like, oh, you have to paint your motorcycle this color and all this other shit. Like,
and all this kind of stuff. We do say look biker like. So you wear your fucking cut, you wear your biker jacket, you got to have your patch on. Right, that's in the Bibles. You've got to wear that kind of stuff. So we won't have a guy running around in like a fucking one of those puffy coats with a patch on the back. No, that's fucking gay. Right?
Yeah, it's not biker shit.
Respect the whole look biker like, right? So you have to wear the biker cut, biker jacket with the symbol on the back. So that's always gonna be there. But if a guy wants to wear some fucking cargo pants or whatever, then wear some cargo shorts. Like.
Yeah, if he wants to, barely be able to ride a bike and die every time he fucking falls, so be it. He wants to wear a fucking short sleeve shirt under his cut and fucking shorts and flip flops. Who am I to stop him? But I'm gonna make fun of his ass. Yeah, but as long as he's as long as he's wearing the proper MC attire, like he's got a cut on and shit like that, go ahead, dude.
I think there is a stigma though to us, but like you said, you use that outfit for like events and stuff, right? Like
we do. Yeah, exactly.
Which I guess we have a headshot likes it, like especially when you show up to events and stuff. It makes you look more like a unit.
Legit as fuck, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
no, it does. Still gay,
and especially because a lot of people in the AMC community love organization, and that's one of the main reasons I joined the club was to get organization. So I can see the point where it's like, we look more organized because we're like this. But again, it's on our side. It's like, okay, individuality. Keep it biker like, but we have some mixed colors and stuff.
And even if I could tell you, I could tell you right now, if Striker MC ever decided to do it, they would have to kick me. They would literally have to kick me. I wouldn't leave. I'm not gonna leave, but they're gonna have to kick me because I'm gonna disobey their bylaw. Like it's happening. Because I wear a uniform. I wear a uniform to work. Like I'm not getting on the game to wear a uniform.
Talking about punishments now, a lot of people, a lot of clubs do this really stupid thing, which I really disagree with. If a patch member fucks up, they put them down to prospect. I really disagree with that. Because you can't. That's ridiculous.
Some guy said road rockers are scared of everyone, bruh. They suck ninja dick. They said the other word, but I put ninja in there.
Well, let's first establish though if this guy's 1% or is he a 99er? Because we ain't gonna fuck with you if you're a 99. You're blowing yourself up and all this bullshit, blowing us up and that. We ain't gonna fuck with you. We ain't got time for you. You're a bitch. Go fuck yourself. Okay, if you're 1%,
this is my honest opinion. You can't be scared of anyone on GTA. You can only not want to play with their ass. That's it. That's it. I might be scared of you, like, oh, this motherfucker gonna boot me offline. That's as much fear as you're about to get out of me.
Better than me. I don't care if you're better than me at a game. Like, I'll give you like props. Like, there's a lot of fucking real good players, but it's like my common reaction is just, if you want to take that screenshot, the fucking thing, blow it up, put it on your wall, and jerk off to it later, go ahead, because I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? It's a game at the end of the day as well. I don't care if you're better than me. Like,
this guy has a lot of complaints about y'all. He said,
a lot of complaints.
He said I use ARs, but they blow me up before.
Rockers have got a lot of haters, but I think it's because
we have a lot of haters.
You guys, like you guys said, you do a lot of fighting.
But we stick to we also stick to
that's dope, T.
Like a lot of people hate us. We have the stigma of a lot of people they hate us because we
that's what's up.
Stigma of like, okay, we don't care about the fighting. I think a lot of people like annoys a lot of people who don't get that, especially like.
Because I'll be honest, I've seen you guys. You don't really fight much. Like I've seen it, like, but I ain't gonna hate, because not, because like I mean, some people could say, well, yeah, but MCs are just shooting clubs, but you know what I mean? It's people are different. Some clubs do things different to other clubs.
Motherfucker, what?
That's it.
But the problem is, we don't talk shit
Els Tryhard, I'm gonna just say this for you, Creed, because I want to make you happy. Els Tryhard said we both have big fat ass cocks, so I don't know if he knows that by experience.
Hey, Els Tryhard, man. Hey,
Been peeping through windows or what?
I appreciate you complimenting my cock, man. I really do.
Actually, he honestly he said you have a chode, but I didn't want you to feel left out because he did say I have a big cock.
What?
So yeah. But anyway,
oh no. I got banned from Club Talk.
You're banned from Club Talk. No one gets banned from Club Talk. We don't give a fuck if you troll the fucking
He's banned. He's fucking banned.
Fine, he said it.
Jesus, Creed. Jesus, man.
Go with it.
Jesus.
We'll do it live.
You wearing denim, just go with it, right?
Oh man.
Unfortunately, that is where we have to wrap up today.
Yeah, it's only an hour. It's almost an hour, man. We only got like a few seconds left.
Yeah, that shit flew by real quick.
Yep.
So yeah, that was episode 9 of Club Talk. Next week's episode 10. Let's do something fucking big for episode 10. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, I want to try to get one of those clubs that claim to have created 1% and get one of them in here. Because I think the theme for the last 3 episodes has been the whole 1% thing. So I think we keep that for a little bit, and then after that, switch it up. Yeah, we definitely got to switch it up sometime soon. It's gonna get boring.
This apparent meeting, like, oh, I was there.
Oh yeah. Like I heard a guy. I don't know that
every club in the game come together and said, "Oh, let's do 1%."
I don't know whether it was a guy from Warlock or a guy from War Chiefs, but he said that he created it. That's the guy that I want to talk to. So I'm gonna try to find him and talk to him during the club talk.
Listen to me though. I was there 20 years ago when I saw Strikers MC Prez, and me and him were the founders of 1%. Okay, 20 years ago, bro. Me and Strikers MC Prez were in the meeting. Okay, in the little fucking shed next to the red tractor.
Striker MC Prez and Wolf created 1%.
Club talk, baby. We got the club talk. Closing up the club talk, baby. Club talk.
Big thanks for Real Rockers for coming on.
Can you kill yourself already?
Club talk. Hey man, don't say kill yourself. You never know what somebody's going through.
Sorry. If you want to